So you might be looking for a residence that's off campus or a private accommodation because maybe you've been rejected by the UWC residences and you don't have a place to stay and you need a place to stay in Cape Town. I have suggestions for you, so stay tuned if you want to see or learn about where you can stay in Cape Town if you're a UWC student. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about students accommodations for UWC students. So in my last video, um, the music was too loud and no one could hear what I was trying to say. Today I'm not going to play any music and I'm going to try to make it as clear as possible and as loud as possible. So I wrote down the ones that I know of and the ones that I would recommend. It's so difficult for me to look at the camera because this is the camera and then I look at myself. So I'm sorry for that. So I'm going to begin by recommending the off-campus houses that are accredited by the university, meaning that if you have a bursary like me or if you have NSFAS, the bursary or NSFAS can pay using the university for your accommodation. So there is a list of accredited landlords, but for me, there are some landlords on that list who I feel like shouldn't be on that list anymore. So I've created my own list of accommodations and then I will add the list of the original list. I will add the original list and then I'll add my list. But when you're looking on that original list, you need to pay attention to some of the following things: to whether the landlord specified if there's single rooms or double rooms, because sometimes on that list landlords will write sharing rooms and you don't know if by sharing do they mean two sharing, three sharing. They don't specify, so that is a red flag, guys. If you see any landlord saying sharing, please, if you really want to go to that accommodation, ask them to specify what kind of sharing is available, because you don't want to find yourself in a four sharing room. Trust. Another thing to look out for is the address. So on that list there is the address of the houses on the list you're going to get from the university. There are addresses of the houses of the landlords. Take that address and put it in Google and then look at it on Street View just so that you can see how the house looks like. Also, try to put it on Street View or even on Uber or Bolt from that address to campus so that you can see how far it is to campus. If you're not in Cape Town and you can't view the house, that's what you can do. That way you'll be able to see if a house is too far from campus. Another thing is you need to ask the landlords about the things that are offered on the accommodation. You need to really be very specific when you on the phone with these landlords or when you on WhatsApp or whatever you're using to text them. You need to be very specific in what you're asking them. Ask them that is the deposit refundable? How many people are in a sharing room? Are the bathrooms en suites? Is it a girls and a boys accommodation? Is it Do girls and boys share a bathroom or is it split in half? Ask a lot of questions. And I will put some phone numbers of landlords I think are good enough for you to consider. Guys, when you're looking through the original list and you're looking for off-campus accommodation, please try to view the place before moving in, like face to face view it, because some landlords will send pictures of they will catfish you. Basically, you can get catfished by a landlord. I was catfished in my first year. The landlord sent pictures of rooms that are like so beautiful and what. Then when I got there, didn't look like the pictures, if you know what I mean. So please try to like go there in person and view it. Try to get someone to go for you, or try to get them to video call you live, like live video call showing you the house. I think that's all I can say for off campus, the houses. Not companies as in like MTN, like student housing companies that offer accommodation. I would prefer going to a student housing company that offers accommodation because like you have a better chance of finding a good room and a good place. My problem with private accommodation or staying off campus is always the distance. It's rare to find a student housing company or a student accommodation as close to campus. I try to find the ones that are the closest. They're not really that close if I'm being honest, but there are some of them are close to bus routes, shuttles. So there's always a way for transport. Some of them do provide transport as well, so that's a good thing. I'm going to start by mentioning the closest one to campus, which is the one that's on campus. Everybody knows it's Kovacs. Kovacs is a private accommodation that's on campus. It's close to the on campus reses, and you can choose the kind of room you want. Whether you're first year, second year, senior, you can choose the type of room you want. Kovacs is very beautiful, guys. Very nice. The maintenance as well, and everything is just good about Kovacs. The only problem is that it is quite expensive. This doesn't cover the whole amount of Kovacs, but they can help you to make a plan of how you can pay the additional amount. That is Kovacs. That's all I can say for Kovacs. The next one that I can recommend to you is Red Brick Accommodations. Red Brick is another students housing company that's it doesn't have a lot of rooms like Kovacs or Swansa, but it's located in Haro. It's a very nice accommodation. It's far, but they do provide transportation to campus. Will also include the phone number, the accommodation. You can also go to the digs the digs student housing accommodation company. You can go to the digs. It's also very nice, very modern facilities. So far, all these accommodations that I've mentioned, from Kovacs to the digs, they're very modern and very nice, comfortable places, clean, the management is good, it's reliable. They are all quite expensive. The next student housing company is Swansa Properties. Swansa Properties is basically the same as those landlord houses, but then it's managed by Swansa, and then this there's landlords that deal with Swansa. So the houses they're all very similar, and they have a similar look, and they're very clean and nice. They're not dirty, they're not outdated, very new. So for Swansa, you need to pay 1,000 rand to secure your room. There are single rooms, doubles, triples. I'm not sure if they are quads. I'm not sure. But the Swansa houses are in mostly in Belhar, which is a neighborhood that's close to campus. Like, yeah, it's close to campus. Usually a walking distance, but then some of them are very far from campus. Swansa is quite affordable, you guys, and NSFAS, it is NSFAS accredited, and NSFAS can pay for Swansa. So if you really want a cheaper place that is more reliable, then I'd say go for Swansa. Another one that the last one that I'm going to recommend for you guys to try is my student house. My student house is like Swansa. Student house, it's not really exactly the same because the my student house houses and properties are owned by my student house, whereas some of the Swansa properties are owned by landlords that deal with Swansa. So with my student house, you can go to the Belleville ones and you can go to the Pearl ones. The ones in Belleville is Chad House, Iona Residence, Link Road, Rhoda House, and Boston House. So the houses are very nice at my student house. There is an option for NESFA students, an option for bursary students, and people who pay for themselves as well. I know I didn't bring that up, but if you pay for yourself, there is a plan, a pricing plan that they can make available for you. All these accommodations do have a deposit. The most expensive deposits can be 4,000 Rand, and the cheapest one for these accommodations can be 1,000 Rand. Once you've paid that, you can rest assured that your bursary will handle the rest. My student house is also affordable for NESFAS. I think only the double rooms and triple rooms NESFAS can accommodate those ones. But for single rooms, it's more on the expensive side. You'll have to have your NESFAS to pay, and then you'd add on to that. A disadvantage that made me to bring my student house to like the last thing that I mentioned is that you pay for your own electricity, which for me is so confusing. So you have like a prepaid meter in your room, and you and your roommates have to pay for electricity every month. It's better if you have roommates because you guys can contribute an amount. Even if you applied for on-campus res, please also make a backup plan. Save money for the deposits of res, because that's a thing that people don't tell you. Save money for the deposits. That is what can keep you at home, because all of these accommodations require you to pay an admin fee to secure the room or deposits or whatever. Thank you guys for watching my video. Thank you. And I hope that you guys can hear this video this time. I hope so. I tried my best. And my channel is growing so much. We're now at 50 subscribers, which is such a big deal. Like, wow. I never thought that my channel would be at 50 subscribers. We're growing every day, guys. Please subscribe. Please like this video. Please comment if you still need help with finding accommodations. Please comment if you see a problem on the list and the details that I've put in the description box. Please comment so that I can fix it for you, so that I can try to help you. Thank you guys for watching my video again. Bye.
Can I show my love for you?